We are here. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while. It's not my fault.
Not my fault.
It's her fault.
It's my fault. And I'm Judy, 'cause it's been a long time, but we're glad to be here. We're the Wildflowers.
Yes, and I'm Carol.
And I'm Peggy.
And it is my fault that it's been a long time.
we won't say that. It's our schedules, but
No, mostly mine.
Yeah, it is. It's her
mine.
fault. Let's blame it on her.
It's mostly mine. Hey, I had a lot going on.
she did.
Well,
a lot going on.
First of all, even without everything that's going on that was crazy in your life,
Yes.
she is much younger than we are.
Yes.
She has 2 teenage girls that are 16 years old. 17 now.
17 now. Oh.
And, a husband who is a New York City cop, and he works shifts, and she works full time.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like,
then some.
yeah, and Carol and I are,
lately and then some.
yeah. So anyway,
working
she
right
has
now. No, I'm joking.
excuses anytime. We are
Right.
glad to accommodate
No,
her.
you guys, you
We were
ladies
very
great.
excited to be back today.
Yes,
Yes.
it was. I feel like so out of it. Like I just feel like I didn't know what the routines were.
I know,
Or,
and it is a little different this time because this is going to be, the topic is going to have 2 parts, so the second podcast is going to be a continuation of the topic.
It is.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
Did we
see,
not
we
tell her?
kept.
You didn't tell me.
I thought.
All right, so I have the topic today.
Okay.
So what I was going to do is give us the civics test.
Oh,
To get for naturalization.
I didn't even study. I'm
No,
so gonna fail
I
this.
didn't want anybody to study. I didn't either because I think you were going to realize it isn't easy, even as a citizen. You
Right,
don't know.
and this is not the test that Trump had to take for his mental faculties.
Yeah, and then, but then, Carol is very busy. So I said, well, why don't we have the 2 back-to-back podcasts? I'll start out by talking about the steps leading up to having a green card and then being a naturalized citizen. And in the next podcast, we're going to give each other the civics test.
This
Spoiler alert, I'm gonna fail.
Me too, but
We'll see. We'll talk about it when it comes time. So,
and also, are you done that part? I'm sorry.
I am done with that part.
Okay, I'm dog sitting again, and for a new dog this time. It's a 10-month-old puppy named
She's
Penny.
so sweet.
Is she laying down?
No, I don't see her. I see Louis.
Okay, I brought her bed in here, so we'll see if she behaves.
She's right here.
Oh, she is so
She wants to be wherever I am.
Sweetheart.
But yeah, she's a sweetheart. She
How
is.
old is she?
10 months.
Oh, okay.
But she does not act like a puppy here. At least I was expecting a very rambunctious dog.
She can be.
Okay, all right, but she's very well behaved right now for a puppy.
Right.
Are we going to talk about this right now?
We
Yes.
could, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I was wondering why this book was sitting in front of me. This is Carol's latest novel, which hasn't been released yet. But she very generously gave a copy to me and to Judy.
Yes.
We've already read it, but I'll read it again. We read it when it was a manuscript. We are her beta readers, so to speak.
And they're very honest and forthcoming.
I'm
So.
an alpha reader.
She always has to be the alpha dog.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm going to be doing the book launch. The book is going to come out September 8th, but I'm not doing a launch until September 19th because of the Jewish holidays and 9/11 and all those. So I'll be doing some podcasts and that kind of thing during that time. But when I do my book launch, anyone who purchases my book at events, they're going to get a little bit of swag.
Yes.
So and it all has to do with the book too, because burlap was being used back in the day because it's historical fiction.
Yes.
And then I decided I wanted to get a tablet, a writing tablet, because Uni, the young girl, has gone to school and she was given a Big Chief writing tablet. And back in the day, and I remember, I feel like I had one of those, I'm old, those tablets, but it has an Indian head on it. And a little part of me was like, is that offensive if I have a bunch of those made with the Indian head? So I decided to put my book cover on the tablet.
Nice.
Oh wait, your stuff is in, oh it is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Don't get snarky.
I will.
I did the writing tablet
I think that's lovely.
with the lines in between, because that's how, when you had to learn to print.
I use tablets like that.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they still do that
Oh,
when
do
kids
they?
are learning how
Well,
to
that's good. I
print.
haven't had any.
For capitals and lowercase, they
Lowercase
do
as
it.
well.
And then I have the wooden pencils with the inscribed "The Liberation of Jane Carter." So these are all swag gifts if you purchase my book at events. If you're not at an event and you purchase it elsewhere, I can't get it
You
to
don't
you.
get that.
But if you come to my events, that's what's going to happen.
And when is the first event?
September 19th at Malloy University at 2 o'clock. And there will be charcuterie boards and wine.
Why?
Yeah, I know, how strange that is. And
No,
I
didn't
have
know they
these
could drink
two.
wine.
I asked them if they would do the introduction.
Yeah,
I said no at first, but
Yeah.
I thought better.
we're gonna roast her.
We're gonna
We have to
get
start
together.
working on that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna really roast me, I'm sure.
Oh, come on.
No.
I'll bring the
Why?
charcoal. You bring the
Hey!
no.
Anyway, so that's that.
No, I'm so excited for that.
Yes, I know, I am too.
Thank you. And I'll be touring. I'll be going to upstate New York. I've been in touch with different people up there. I'll be at Plattsburgh Library, Malone Library.
You're even going to be in Boston.
Then I'll be in Boston. I'll be at the Brooklyn Book Festival September, when we get back from upstate. That's Sunday in September, with other authors from this publisher.
So it's the
Beautiful.
26th, I think.
Okay.
Okay, I think so, yeah. And then, you're right, then Boston in October, and then the Miami Book Festival in November. So far.
And we're going to go with her into Boston.
Yes.
So stop
Yes.
by if you're up in New England.
Yes, and
come
I'll be
see
at
us.
Beaumont
See Carol.
Bookstore
Say hello.
on Thursday night of October.
It's the
I
like that 17th, 18th,
Something,
like
yeah.
right around there.
Right, yeah. Look on my
That
website.
weekend-ish.
Yeah, but Thursday night. And I'll be
night.
doing an event with the three other authors. Beautiful books. I've read them all, and I'm really excited. I really think you guys would like their books.
Oh,
So,
good.
Anyway, so that's enough about me.
Yay!
Enough.
No, that's
yeah,
it's a
it's
long
very
time
exciting,
coming.
I know.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like I said, because we were the beta readers,
Yeah.
and also with the title, you know, I
Right,
still
right.
call it in my brain as something else.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you call it?
The what was it? Okay, now I put myself on the spot. It was like the redemption of Jane.
No, it wasn't redemption.
It
It was something. It was a more negative connotation.
Yes.
Because
And-
I said it last at 4th of July, and you're like, that's not the name. And
Oh,
that's
okay, I
the first
can't
thing that
remember.
came to my brain.
Oh, I
we have so
forgot
many
what
names.
it was. Yeah.
But it's funny because the editor at Sibylline Press, she knew that we were all struggling with a title, and then she came up with and all of a sudden it was like the sky opened. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like a hopeful title. It's a
Yeah.
struggle. The protagonist in the book has a lot of issues to
Yes.
deal with, being a woman in the 1920s and 30s and 40s and 50s. But yeah, I was like, you know what, that works for me.
Yeah, no, it works. It works.
Yeah.
It definitely
And
does.
it's funny that women still have so many struggles,
Well,
especially now in the past 10
Oh,
years,
my
how
gosh.
things are coming back.
It is so funny because my publisher yesterday, I was on a Zoom meeting with her, and she said, I really think Ms. Magazine needs to get a copy of your book. I have authors that I work with that books would be just as good for them, and I pitched them, and crickets, they never got back to me. But, you know, the challenge is if you're not with one of the 5
Maybe
huge
Sibylline
companies-
Press needs to send it to them.
Well, that's
since
what she
they
said.
are,
Right.
you know, a
Right.
publisher that publishes women's,
Right.
women authors,
Well, that's-
women's fiction, women over 50.
Yeah, you have to be over 50. Hello. And that's what I love about this publisher. It's such a women-driven publishing house with years of years of
Experience.
Thank you. I sort of say expenses, and
I
knew
know,
that
they do
wasn't-
have that too.
But yeah, no, I was like, people need to know about this because it's they're very supportive. You know, every book of mine has been published by somebody different.
Yes.
Every single one. And this one, I'm home. I feel like I'm home, and they make me feel at home, and they're very supportive of what I'll be doing and what they'll be doing. So anyway, didn't I just say like 5 minutes ago, that's enough about me?
Yes, I know, but you just can't stop talking
can't.
about yourself, can you?
I know how to get her to
She's
stop
so
talking.
nice.
Oh
to
yeah,
me.
put some wine in her mouth.
Yes, you do.
I brought it few weeks ago for 4th of July, and we never got to it. It's called Barbera D'Asti, and I bought it at
Stu Leonard's.
Stu Leonard's. Right.
Okay.
After I got my hair done.
I'm going back to my book again. Stu Leonard's is going to be providing the wine tonight, not for free, but
I was saying, wow.
they're going to give me a
That's a
discount.
score.
They're going to
Okay.
get me a discount.
Is it more than like the 10% if you buy the case, or hopefully?
Probably. Yeah,
Okay.
he said be sure to look him up when I go. With Natasha to pick it up.
Okay.
Okay, why did I put my glass down there?
All right, so this is an Italian wine.
We like it.
We do like
Italy.
Italian wine. And it was listed on, it was one of their staff recommendations.
Oh, okay.
So I, picked out, I had never tried this one, but I don't know if any of you had. This is just
No.
a red wine.
Right.
Okay, it comes from the Barbera grape. And I put something up here. It's
The legs are almost invisible.
I was thinking the same
Yeah,
thing.
it's weird.
I was like, why am
Oh, no,
I
mine have the legs. Look at mine.
missing?
Oh yeah,
Right.
yours does. Mine
I have
doesn't.
very good legs.
Why don't ours? Maybe it's our glasses.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Your
maybe.
But that's weird because we have the same glass. Like these, I brought these glasses for all of us from the same store.
Yeah.
So they
And I
should
haven't
be.
broken one of them
weird.
yet.
I know, that's great. Well, anyway, it's 100% Barbera grape. It's from the Asti province in Piedmont, Italy. It's it's
I
medium
never heard
body.
of the Barbera grape.
No, neither did I. I thought I was the only one.
No? Okay, so shall we taste it? It's a natural
Well,
Italian red wine.
To
To the liberation
Wild
The liberation of
Jane
Jane
Well, I
Carter.
was also going to say to us getting back together.
Yes.
again.
Yes.
Thank you. Woohoo!
And happy
No,
summer.
I know.
Get
Penny-
down, you fool.
Penny wants a taste of the wine. You don't get any wine. There's no wine for Penny.
It's good.
Oh my. Yes.
It definitely
I gotta
tastes
take
Italian.
A drink of the one
This
because I
definitely is an Italian
had brushed
wine.
my teeth just before, so no, but what I taste, I like. What'd you say? It's definitely Italian. You said?
Italian wine, yeah. It tastes like
It's
a
very good. I
quintessential
like it.
Italian wine.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
very smooth.
It is.
They say it's
Penny,
medium
no,
bodied.
get down. Sit.
They do say the tannins are soft and smooth.
Yeah, they are, and that's probably why the legs.
Yeah.
Because remember, we read about the legs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It has to do with the tannins,
Oh.
the acidity of the wine.
Okay. Well, they make it in, it's often made with organic biodynamic practices aged in cement or large barrels to preserve fruitiness.
Oh,
So
okay.
some fruits that you might be tasting are cherry, raspberry, cranberry, plum, which I picked up plum in this one, and hints of spice like clove, pepper, and sometimes vanilla or leather. I don't know
How do you
in there. But anyway, that's what they say.
Shoot 'em on leather.
So this was one of the staff recommendations at Stu Leonard's Wines
Which is in Farmingdale.
in Farmingdale, and I'm glad I picked it up. Actually, I think it's
I think
pretty
it's
good.
very
It's very good.
Now,
You want to guess the alcohol content?
Okay.
I'm going to say 14 and a half.
Let me take another sip. Okay, hold on. She might be right, but I'm gonna say 13.
13. It is 13, yes. And how about price point now?
21.99.
Okay, so Judy bought this probably with other bottles of wine.
I did buy this with other bottles.
So she might have been a little bit more conservative in her price. I'm gonna say $12.
the price is $13.
Wow, it's very
It's
good.
a very affordable wine.
Yes,
The
it's
pri-
very good.
And I almost stopped and bought a really expensive wine for today because I was like, oh, the first time we're back in a long
Right,
time.
right, right.
But then
Yeah.
I was like, I remember this had a staff recommendation, so I said this
Yeah.
will probably be a good one. And I'm
Did you
glad I
take
stuck
a
with it.
picture of the staff recommendation?
You know, anyway, it's good
I
that we
always
taste.
forget to do that.
It's good that we taste reasonably priced
Yes.
wines. That
Yes.
taste good.
That's
That
a good
tastes
point.
good.
I mean,
That's a very
yeah.
good point. Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
some of them don't taste good, but then we
Right.
say, ooh,
Yeah,
you know,
but
don't
we
buy
tell
this
you.
one.
Right, we
Well, all
tell
you know.
What do you think is the percentage of us liking the wine that we've tried to not liking it?
I'm gonna say 80% of the time we like
that's
it.
exactly the
Oh,
number
okay.
I said. I was thinking
Yeah.
in my brain too when
Yeah.
you said it. I think about 80%.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's about right.
You know, before I bring a wine, even if I have never tasted it, which most of the times I haven't, I read reviews of it. You know, when I go shopping for wine, I shop online with Total Wine. So I try to find new, you know, red wines that I haven't had before.
Because it's good to,
I just bought one, and Jessica took it the other night, and she loved it.
Oh,
Do you
And
remember
I'm
what it
gonna,
was?
well, I'm not gonna tell you because
Oh.
I'm gonna do it again.
Oh, okay.
I will, the
Okay.
next time I order, I'm going to get it and let you taste it.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
So I haven't tasted it.
Was it a red wine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I buy red ones for Jessica and for here, because I know you guys don't really care for, you know, you have bad taste in wines
No,
when it
it's
comes
not.
to white.
You're gonna not know. I'll prove different because last night Niall and I had a Chardonnay.
Well,
He was like, "Oh, do you want some wine?" I was like, "Yeah," and he goes, "All right." And I said, "How?
What a
Let's
stupid
have a
question.
white," you know.
What a-
And he goes, "Yeah, let's do a white last." And
what a
so it was
stupid
delicious.
question. What a stupid
I
question.
know. I was like,
Do
"All
you
right,
want
do you want wine tonight?" Yeah.
No, white. Do you want to?
No, wine tonight. No, we had, we're trying not to drink the wine as much, and so every now and then. But it was a Saturday
now and
night.
then.
No, it was a Friday night because today's
Right,
Saturday. I'm
right.
getting my days
Yeah.
in. It was Friday night. We had gone out
Because
to
you were
dinner.
drunk on Friday night, so she forgot that today is Saturday.
We are ripping
No,
each other
no,
today.
we just had one bottle. That's it.
That's
Each. No, I'm joking. Just one bottle. No, but we did. We had one because I do love Chardonnay, and that's
Which kind did you have? Banter?
Yeah. Well, you know that because it was their limited brand of the Chardonnay.
Oh, okay,
that
like the
they
Reserve.
The Reserve.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to find. And when
Yeah.
I saw it in the store. Actually, I got it at Stu Leonard's,
Oh,
and I was
okay.
surprised that they have it because they don't carry Banter that often.
Oh, okay.
But they had the Reserve, so I
If
picked it up.
anybody's local, you're gonna wonder, Stu Leonard's, that's a grocery store. But there's a Stu Leonard's that's the wine place, well, it's alcohol, they sell alcohol. And I don't know why, they have a big sign, we are not affiliated with the, grocery store or whatever.
Yeah.
But now they go by Farmingdale Wines a
But they
lot.
are. They're the same company. They're
No, they
just
aren't.
So
Not at
why do
all.
they-
somebody else called Stu Leonard.
Yeah, they're not the same company at all.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, me
Yeah.
neither.
Yeah, there's a sign outside, we are not affiliated with, Stu
Oh,
Leonard's.
I didn't know that. Okay, so we should start calling them Farmingdale Wines.
Maybe.
Okay,
maybe.
so Farmingdale.
But anyway, just in case you're local and you're wondering
Isn't the
about-
name of the store Stu Leonard's?
Which
And it's
store?
in the same shopping center.
Yes, in the same-
Which is very
I'm gonna
weird.
look into that.
Yeah, look into
It
it.
might be some legal thing that they have to keep it. It's a separate company,
Or maybe-
but it's still affiliated.
Right, because
You know, I know. They wouldn't be able to use
just
his
something-
name.
Although we were out yesterday, we went out to dinner, and then it was in Bayshore, and we were passing the store. There was a shopping center, and there was a Hobby Lobby there, a little Hobby. And so I was like, I won't go in there. But it was like in this, you know how they, like the strip malls,
Strip
right?
mall.
And like 3 stores down, there was another store called the Hobbies.
Oh,
And
really?
I was like, oh, that's funny, we have to go there. So we all went into this store called Hobbies, and it was great, actually. We bought
Yeah.
some nice stuff. I got my brother a belated birthday gift, so Drew, I'm bringing it up to when I see you next month. And we got some cute little things in
Oh,
there.
good.
Yeah, it was nice.
And it's a real hobby store?
It's a hobby store,
Oh, okay.
right? It was great.
Oh,
that's
okay.
We spent a lot of time. I had to drag my kids out of there.
Oh, really?
They loved it. It was
Oh.
really interesting. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very good. Well, I guess that we should go. We've been bantering a lot, so
Oh, yes.
maybe we
Oh,
better
yeah.
go.
Yes.
To the book.
And the next time I had a word, but I will do
Yeah, I
that
had
the
two
next
words
one.
too, but
Yeah.
I have 2 words.
I need
Or
some
3
more.
words,
I have-
Carol. I
have
beat
two.
you.
I have two.
I have 3.
I have no words.
Oh,
I
you're
have
not
just-
the
I
alpha
never
in this
have any.
situation.
No words. Okay. So anyway, I have so many books on my shelf and around my place that I've had for a number of years. So now what I'm doing is that I'll read a new book, and I just started The Change. I just started that one. That's
Oh, that's one by Kirsten Miller.
Right.
I want
But-
to read that one.
Right, I know, I'm gonna give it to you when I'm done. But I figured, I'll pick one from my shelf that I've had for a while. And so anyway, this has been hanging out with me for quite some time, and I am so glad I picked it out when I did. It's called The Editor: How Publishing Legend Judith Jones Shaped Culture in America. And this may not be for everybody. I don't think you would want to read it, because you don't like nonfiction for the most
Yeah.
part. But anyone in the industry, and anyone remotely interested about culture, whatever, the writing is so interesting. So it's this Judith Jones edited a lot of cookbooks, but she started first, and this was, I'm going to read some portions from here because I just find it so interesting. Okay, let me see if I can make sure. Judith was one of the few remaining editors who fulfilled a whole range of the editor's function rather than merely a packager of books, because before editing, books were published as is for the most part, which I didn't realize that. Like, they didn't have editorial staffs and picking and choosing. They would just basically publish a book as is. So Knopf's longtime editor-in-chief, Sonny Mehta, called Judith's body of work as an editor unrivaled in the industry. Now, if anyone's watched on HBO, there's the Julia Child. It's not really a documentary, but it's about her life, and it's basically about. I have someone showing up at my door. And, Penny, it's okay. Thank you. When I hear my son's dog upstairs. Anyway, so that got disturbed. So
You talk about the documentary on
yeah. Oh
HBO.
yes, thank you. So it's not the one with Meryl Streep. It's a different one, and the character of Judith has a huge part in it, and I love her character so much because she was so supportive of so many authors. So let's see, what's this one? I'll finish. Okay, and then second to last sentence in here. Let's see. The novelist Ann Tyler called Judith's style very delicate and graceful, almost weightless. But editors worked in the service of their authors and not their publishers, where nowadays mostly it's for the publisher.
Publishers.
Right.
Yeah.
So this book is not a definitive book on a biography of Judith Jones, but it's an intimate portrait. Knopf published books as written in the early 1900s by the 40s through editors that finally they started to do editing. And the median income, get this, the median income for the wage earners in the United States in 1945, guess, the median income.
For editors
Yeah.
in 1945?
Right, in the United States.
$12,000.
Oh my God. I would say something around probably $6,000 a year.
1,400.
Yeah.
In 1952, Judith was making $2,300.
Yeah.
And these are, it's like I said, it's very cultural, and it's like, and it shows so much misogyny. And let me go on page 18. I'm not going to read all my notes. It's just, I read this book like 3 months ago, so I'm trying to remember. So, this part. I remember back in the day when you heard about the lunches these editors went on, like the martini lunches. So it said, let's see.
Martini lunches.
What was?
That describes a whole era.
Oh, absolutely. So Betty Arnoff, she was another editor, and Judith would both arrive around 9 to work, then immediately go downstairs to one of the restaurants on the building's ground level for breakfast. Then it was back upstairs for a little reading, maybe a few phone calls, then out again for lunch. French restaurants had popped up throughout the West 40s. It was then that Judith tasted her first celery remoulade and pâté de champagne. Are you okay? Okay. Sometimes Judith was invited out by the more senior editors who held working lunches with the literary agents who hoped to sell their books. They'd have 2 or 3 martinis, Judith recalled, and smoke their way through lunch. It was a whole different animal then.
I would be sloshed.
Oh, please, the first one
I
would do
couldn't
me in.
drink one martini.
I know, exactly. So nothing about the job or the industry was cutthroat or head down. It wasn't a lot of work, Betty recalled. It just seemed like so much socializing. Every day the young women quit by 5, then the parties began. So maybe that's why they only got $2,300.
I was thinking, I said, yes, hold on.
So then after 1945, it was like a publishing boom. The books started after the war and everything. Some books were armed services editions. So here's Judith was the one that got Anne Frank's book. The attention.
Picture here, yeah.
Oh yeah, of Anne Frank, that's true. It was, without Judith, I don't know that the book would have been made it the way it was, but she saw something in it. Other publishers turned it down.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
thought it wasn't going to be anything people were interested in. What I also found out, the cultural difference, Judith didn't call herself an editor. She called herself Lady Editor, which is,
wow.
right? I mean, when she referenced herself as Lady Editor, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that, yeah. And so, and then we go into Julia Child and her relationship with Julia Child. And they put and you'll see it on the movie too, is how much work they put in with Julia Child. And Julia Child was they got to be best friends. She just, she had to edit the book from across the Atlantic because Julia Child was living across the Atlantic.
It's too bad because they both like to drink.
Yeah, it's true.
And eat French food.
Yeah. And she really, Judith became such an amazing cook. It was crazy. Made me want to cook. Anyway, no, and she edited Sylvia Plath.
Oh, how
And
interesting.
this is what I mean, she had these relationships, and when she wasn't getting back the work from Sylvia, she didn't know what was going on, and then she found out Sylvia took her own life. And it goes into Sylvia Plath's husband, Ted Hughes, and how that was really disgusting. Oh, this is also in the movie of Betty Friedan. Betty Friedan thought it was horrible that Judith was doing cookbooks. Because you're trying to keep women in the kitchen.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
She
and
was a chef.
Yeah.
How many women chefs were there back then?
Right, so men can, but not women.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal. That was like, it really like threw her a curveball.
It was a career. It wasn't like she was home cooking just for her husband and her
Exactly.
family. It was a
Exactly.
career.
Yeah, so,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm surprised at Betty Friedan.
Yeah, they were, I don't know how true it was with the movie because they were out and Betty Friedan turned to, she turned to Julia Child and she told Julia Child that she was doing a disservice for women. And it really threw Julia Child off. She really was just like, oh my gosh, this is whatever. There are a lot of different names in the book too, of people I've worked with, like Jane Friedman, who was the head of HarperCollins for a number of years. And no one knew, Jane Friedman said that no one knew what publicity was for these books. They had no idea. And then they started doing marketing with, doing publicity with these books. And they had the first modern book tour.
Oh.
So, and I found that very interesting. There's so much in this book that's just such a treat, and you look at it like, oh my God, it's going to take forever, but her stories and the way Sara B. Franklin tells it is just so amazing. She interviewed Judith before Judith died, because Judith was in her 80s when she died, but she loved to learn about cooking and how to write a cookbook instead of. She knew it had to be more than just like the Betty Crocker cookbook.
Yes,
yeah.
It had to be she goes, people in America don't do French cooking. You have to really spell it out.
You gotta give them a story.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm not doing a good service with telling you about this, but for myself, I wrote a Substack article about it. I wrote it in the book magazine I write for. And again, if you're into culture and the book world and seeing how things have changed over the years, and they're still changing.
Very much so.
But it's called The Editor, How Publishing Legend Judith Jones Shaped Culture in America. And I would have loved to have been her friend because I would have had her cook for me and I would have just eaten. I wouldn't have cooked for her though.
Oh, it sounds like a great book.
Yeah.
Well, good review.
Thank you. And this is number 128, by the way. I forgot to mention in our podcast.
We also didn't give Wildflowers to the wine.
We are so out of sync.
I know.
Five.
I mean, a 5. Definitely
yeah,
5. It's
yeah.
delicious.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, we are definitely off our game.
5
Yeah.
for everything: taste and affordability. How
Yep.
about your book?
Oh, definitely 5 for my book. From me. Maybe
Yeah.
other people would not, but for me, 5.
No, and that's great for people too who are interested in publishing industry or writing or
writing,
writers, just to see
yeah.
where we came from and where.
And the names
going
that she worked
possibly.
with. I mean, she worked with John Updike. She worked
Oh, wow.
with you know, and they started to ask for her. And the publisher, which publisher was it? Not Sunny Maida.
Cannot.
Yeah, well, that's a publisher, but the actual guy, he paid her less because she had a husband. So she
Yeah,
did.
that's
So
what
she
they did.
didn't need to make as much. And she was afraid, Bob Godoff, I think that was his name, she did not
Bob.
dare question it because she just,
Women were
yeah,
lucky
to have a job.
that they had that career.
Yeah,
So, you know,
Yeah. yeah, but that's one thing, yes. So like I said, there are things as I was reading, my mouth dropped open. And I don't know why it did because that's just how it was. Anyway.
Imagine if men got paid less because their women were
Yeah,
employed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Oh, I think they would
Imagine.
love that. Oh,
don't
yes.
get me started on this patriarchal society that we live
Oh,
in.
your wife works, you don't need to make as much.
No, yeah, you'll be
God
fine.
almighty.
Yeah. We'll take advantage of you, but you don't need, yeah. Well, what you got going
So
on? Miss
anyway, this
Peggy?
is what I have going on, and I'll try to be, you know,
Kind.
no, talk about it in some kind of sensible order. Because when I started looking into it, it was a little bit overwhelming. And it made me realize why people just sneak into this country. Because it's really a very difficult process to get a green card. And then after your green card, to become a citizen, to be naturalized. I mean, I could come up with pages and pages and pages of stuff, but I tried not to. I took some notes, and I'm going to start out with somebody coming to this country or wanting to come to this country. They need to get a green card. So if
Before they come here?
before they come. There are processes for after they come up. First, I'm going to start with, you live in Colombia, South America, and you want to come to the United States. So you want to apply for a green card, which makes you a permanent resident, not a citizen. So there's all different ways of doing it, but the first process is you're going to file a petition. So you would go to the consulate in your country, and you would and it's like an application. You have to get someone to petition for you. So
Okay.
say for instance you have a son that lives in the United States and is a citizen. He can petition for you to come to the United States to be with him. Now, not everybody wants to petition because it's a big responsibility too, and it's a lot of work,
So
a
no,
lot of paperwork.
so let's say it's from Colombia, so nobody in Colombia can petition.
Right. They
No,
have to
no,
be
it
a
has to be a
citizen.
U.S.
Okay, I
citizen.
just wanted that.
Or you could apply for an employer-based visa.
Oh, okay.
And that means now you have to find an employer who is going to vouch for you, and they pay the fees, they have to fill out all this paperwork, and they're kind of vouching that, yes, this person, and they're going to work for me, blah, 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 blah.
There's also education as well.
And then there's one for to come here to
Switch school.
study. That's
Like Elon Musk did.
exactly, a lot of people do that. Okay, so the next step is the United States Customs and Immigration Service. They approve the petition, or they don't, and many times they don't now.
And do they have to have a reason?
No.
No.
And that's this little story that my friend told me, because he is an immigrant living in this country. And he has a green card, and he's here on for studying. He's learning English, being certified so that he could teach English. So his father wanted to come and visit him. Now, I won't say
Don't
his
Don't say
name.
his name.
He's been here for 4 years.
Okay.
And his father wanted to come and visit him. So he went to the consulate, and the person that lives here paid the $500 fee for the petition, and he just wanted a tourist visa, the father. And you go through that whole process, the interviewing, filling out all this paperwork, the documentation, paying the fees. And then it takes, I think, months and months too. And then they called him in, and they rejected his petition. And they don't tell you why.
How heartbreaking. I mean, his father.
Yeah, and this person told me that you'll see people leaving there in tears.
Oh, yeah.
Because they went through the expense of this and all the time, and now they have the heartbreak of being rejected, and they're not given a reason. They just say, no, your petition is rejected. How cruel is that?
It's very cruel.
Yeah, not because of this reason, so fix this.
Right.
But I think it's really because it's, you know,
Yeah.
color,
if the-
your skin
Let me
color.
guess, if the petition is rejected, you don't get a refund of the money.
No, of course not. No, no. So after you file the petition and then your application gets processed, the consular is used if you use a consular in your country if you're outside the United States. And if the U.S. Department of State, the National Visa Center will collect the fees and require you to upload your civil documents and visa application. Okay, and then next step is adjustment of status. It's used if you are already inside the United States in legal status and a visa is immediately available. So you file this certain form. So for instance, I know somebody who came here on a tourist visa. And after 3 months or something, I think they're good for 3 to 6 months. I could be wrong in a lot of these things because I got very confused. Then you can apply for an adjustment of your status. And that's also, you pay fees, you have to be,
Money's always involved.
yeah,
isn't it?
you
have
know,
to pay
there's
back
forms,
taxes
you
and
know,
all
well,
that
you have to swear that you don't have any back taxes.
Or if you do, you'd have to pay
Yeah.
them.
Oh.
And then the next step after that is you go through the biometrics and the interview. This is all leading up to getting your green card. So the biometrics, I actually had to look it up. I was a little confused about it. But it's really, they take your fingerprints, your photograph. They can do all the things, I guess, more modern things like iris stuff, I don't know. But I think basically it's fingerprints and photograph, you know, for identification. And then that's it for that. Oh, no, then you get your green card. Oh, you have to get an interview after that, and then you undergo a medical examination with a government-approved physician. Okay, and then you have admission and a green card. If your visa or adjustment is approved, you will be authorized to enter the United States. For consular processing, that's when you do it in your own home country. You must pay the United States Customs and Immigration Service the immigrant fee before traveling to the country. You have to already have that paid. Upon arrival at a U.S. port of entry, this part got me, a Customs and Border Protection officer makes the final decision on your admissibility. But you already got your approval.
Yeah.
So you could get some dick at Customs.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't want to, just real briefly, going through that with my girls from South Korea, it's different for the babies or whatever, but I was so embarrassed by our immigration officer because there were other people waiting to go through the process or whatever. And I'm sitting there, and the girl that was doing the immigration processing had her feet up on the table, looking at whatever she was reading. It wasn't a phone then, but probably a book or something. And even my then husband and I stood there, and we had to wait like for 3 or 4 minutes before she even deemed to look up at us. Chewing gum, it sounds so cliche. It's like, yeah. And she's dealing with immigrants from another country, and this is how she's dealing with them, and here we are from this country. And I can visually see her, and I so wanted to say something, but
But
No.
because
Yeah.
she
No.
could have been the person who
yeah, for my baby.
Either
Even going through customs as a traveler now, I find that years ago I thought that they were pretty friendly. And actually I had a couple of them years ago when I was traveling, when I came back saying welcome home. And
Yeah.
that always made me feel so good.
Right.
But the last couple of times, it's like, next. Where you going, blah, 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 where do you live, whatever it is, here you go. It's like,
The joy is gone.
exactly. You don't like your job, get the hell out of it.
Yeah.
You're dealing with people. It's like working in retail or any place where you
Yeah.
deal with people every day.
And if you're welcome,
And you're representing the country.
Well, exactly. So yeah, I didn't want to interrupt with that, but that girl just always the visual just
Yeah.
pissed me off.
So anyway, once, like, if you don't have some creep there at Customs and Border
Up
Patrol,
to this point.
then you're admitted, and then they mail you your green card.
But
Okay.
if you go through that process, they can still deny you at some point. Do they have to give you a reason?
No, this is the process. You've already been approved.
Oh.
Oh, you mean with the Border Patrol
Yeah, yeah.
guy? I don't know.
Or
There was
even
no
before
other
that,
information
because, like,
by
I'm
that.
assuming even people who overstay their travel visas, not everybody gets it.
That's not this case. These are people who are in their country and are
Oh,
applying.
in their country.
Right,
Okay,
and they're
gotcha.
applying for it.
Yeah.
What, did they give you sort of like a timeline that could be up to that point? Like, can you expect like a year, 2 years?
Generally, it takes about 2 years. So I'll tell you a story about somebody that I know who came here on a tourist visa. And then, as I said, then he got somebody to sponsor him.
Right.
It was his friend's husband. And this man agreed to sponsor this person so that he could go through this green card process. And he went through, they did all the paperwork. He had a sponsorship, they paid the fees, and you have to also prove that you have money.
Yes.
Like, you can't just, not have any money.
Right.
You have to have, besides having a job, you have to have money to back you up. They want to make sure that you don't become a citizen and then you go on welfare. And they do that with people trying to become citizens too.
Okay.
And in a way, I do understand
part
that.
I
I
do.
do understand that. You
Right.
don't want to be a burden to,
Right.
your state, your city, whatever, to the country. But you have to have ample money, because I was telling you the story about this person's father who wanted to come and visit. He applied. He's a man who owns 2 houses in Bogota, has a bit, 2 houses. He worked all of his life. He was recently retired in his 70s, and there was no reason. Like, what was the reason for it?
See, that's so unfair. Give
I
me
know.
a solid reason, because they can't.
Especially just to come and visit a relative.
They can't give a solid reason, so that they just don't.
It'd be
yeah.
great.
could do whatever
Again,
they
my
want.
brain, as
Yeah.
I'm thinking, is it'd be great if they changed the rules to say that if your application is rejected, you get 75% of it back.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah,
know.
that would be,
I bet you
Yeah.
because right now this is a cash grab.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a scam.
It's
Yeah.
a scam, it's
It
a
is,
cash
it's a
grab.
scam.
But if they
And I bet the
obligated
people
you to
in the
that.
consulates
Yeah.
in the other countries, they're making money on this.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's really disgraceful. So
That's something
anyway,
we
so
should
then
write to
after all of that, I did want to tell you something else, and now I forgot because I'm a very distracted person. So these all don't apply. I did not know how this person came, so I had all these questions about the steps that he took
Right.
in his home country, but it turns out he didn't do it from there. He did it here from the
Okay.
United States. So anyway, this person, he went through all of that, and now he's waiting. So he has like your temporary, his work permit. He got his work permit, so he has a job, he has an apartment. Like, you could start your business if you want to, if you have a business. And then his next step was he was waiting to be called for the interview, because you have to have that interview. And like, it was like 2 years, and
Oh my
he
gosh.
still didn't get called for the interview. They do extend your permit, your
Right.
green card. They extend it for you. But then I just found this out yesterday. He met up with, by accident, in his town, a former congressman, and they were just chatting. And it came out that this person, he was waiting to get his green card, blah, 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 and this former congressman gave him his card and said, send me an email with what you're trying to do and I'll see if I can help you.
Oh, okay.
Almost immediately, he got his green card.
Oh,
So it really, it just helps to know somebody to
Yeah.
help you out. And I'm sorry, I don't think that's bad. I think that there should be more people like that, helping people who are waiting for years, that they're
Yeah.
here legally. They paid the money, they go through the process, for crying out loud.
See, that's the thing people don't realize. The illegals, the goddamn immigrants. But they have no clue. They're escaping something, or they want a better life for themselves.
I know. And
they're-
it's so difficult to get here from reading this.
Right.
I said, if you're trying to escape from a violent situation, no wonder you just come in.
Right.
You can't wait 2 years because you're probably going to be dead.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Or it's just, so anyway, so
Yeah.
that's just for the green card, and then the next step, if you want to become a citizen, is the naturalization process. And that is naturalization. So, this is 2 pages, 3 pages of a 14-page form that you have to fill out as part of the, to determine your eligibility. Okay, so it's, they determine before applying you must meet certain requirements, such as being at least 18 years old, holding a green card, so you have to have that first, and that makes you a permanent resident when you have a green card, for at least 5 years, or 3 years if you're married to a U.S. citizen, demonstrating continuous residence and maintaining good moral character. Then you prepare this form, the N400, which is 14 pages long. And when I read the whole thing, and I said, holy crap. I said, that's why people, you have to be able to afford a lawyer,
yeah.
an immigration lawyer. Because if you answer any of these questions wrong, you're
It's over.
screwed. It is. It's over. So, you prepare and you file this form. The application process begins by preparing and submitting the application for naturalization to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. You can do it by mail or online. You have to submit required documents and pay the standard filing and biometric fees. Then you have to attend your biometrics appointment, and that's when they do the fingerprinting or whatever else they want to do. At a local support center, your fingerprints, your photograph, and signature taken for background checks. Then the next step is you complete an interview and an exam. And you'll be scheduled for a personal interview at a customs office. During this appointment, an officer will review this 14-page form in detail, and you will take the English and U.S. civics test. Now, our next podcast, we're going to ask each other questions from the civics test.
That's going to be so entertaining.
Yes, it is.
And
It
you know
is.
what? We're not making light of what they
And we
go
haven't
through.
looked at the questions, at least you and
Yeah,
I.
No, I
yeah,
haven't.
No. And then you also have to take a test saying that you can read, speak, and write English. Okay?
Wow.
And that's oral. That's an oral exam.
Okay.
And so is the civics test. It's an oral exam.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it more nerve-wracking instead of reading it and
yeah.
so
I'm
maybe for
sure.
some people that's better because maybe they don't read English as well as they
Or even
speak
write
or
it, yeah.
understand it. So, okay, and let's see, that's the exam. And then after that, then you receive the decision. And following the interview,
You
they'll
receive it right then and there?
I don't think so, but maybe you do. Following the interview, customs will review your performance and application to approve, continue if more evidence or a retest is needed, or deny your case. So I guess that's at the interview, they do that. If your application is approved, the final and legally required step is to attend the naturalization ceremony. You are not a U.S. citizen until you take the oath of allegiance at this ceremony. And I want to read the oath of allegiance to you if I actually remembered, because it really cracks me up, because
Yeah, I know where this is going.
the people in this country who are citizens,
Yeah.
they don't cut the mustard, sorry.
No,
So
yeah.
this is what you have to say. Let's say, blah, 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 blank, 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 that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. That's what you have, that's the oath that you have to take. That's it, it's pretty short, but
Powerful, and it should be followed by
yeah.
everyone.
So then I looked at some of the questions on this form, and I wanted to compare it to, like, these people, like, if they answer yes to any of these questions, they're out. I mean, that's the end of them. They're freaking out. And I was reading them, and I was thinking of people like on January 6th,
Right.
for instance.
Right.
Like, these people could lose their citizenship if that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know, if they decided to go over that and say, hey, you don't meet these requirements. So this one here is, let's see, have you ever assisted, been a part of, a member of, involved in the overthrow by force or violence or other unconstitutional means of the government of the United States or all forms of laws? Have you ever been involved in it all? The unlawful assaulting or killing of any officer or officers of the government of the United States or of any other organized government because of their official character? Have you ever been involved in the unlawful damage, injury, or destruction of property? I have several of these. Have killing or trying to kill any person. How about hang Mike Pence,
Yeah.
or where's Nancy?
Yep.
Intentionally and severely injuring or trying to injure a person. The Capitol Police being killed and injured. Any kind of sexual contact or activity with any person who did not consent, did not agree, or was unable to consent, could not agree, or was being forced or threatened by you or by someone else. How about Pete Hegseth? How about Donald Trump?
How about the
Yeah.
Epstein
Yes,
perpetrators?
exactly. Causing harm or suffering to any person because of his or her race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion. The President of the United States does it every
Every day.
single day.
Yep.
Let's see. Have you ever served in or been a member of or assisted or participated in any military or like paramilitary thing? The Oath Keepers,
Yeah.
the 3%ers, the Proud Boys, you know, the vigilante armed patrols on the Mexican border that are not part of our military or ICE. I mean, you could go on and on. There's
Right.
all these questions. Have you ever worked, volunteered, or otherwise served in a place where people were detained, forced to stay, for example, a prison, jail, prison camp,
Oh,
a camp
really?
where prisoners of war or
Really?
political prisoners are kept, detention facility or labor camp? And have you ever directed or participated in any other activity that involved detaining people?
This is such a ridiculous joke that these
I
people
know.
are getting away with what they're getting away with.
It really
I
is.
didn't even need to know that. I thought
know.
it was ridiculous, but still.
I know. So I guess we better stop now. I mean,
But it's going to be continued.
this all pertains to January 6th here, this last one that I did. Were you ever involved or arrested, cited, detained, or confined by any law enforcement officer, military officer, or immigration official? Were you charged with committing, helping commit, or trying to commit any crimes? Pled guilty to, were convicted of? If you received a suspended sentence, clemency, amnesty, or pardon.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what? It really
you
is.
nauseous.
It does make you nauseous, and it's very, very hypocritical. But
Wow, this is a good subject, and I'm glad you're doing this. Even though it infuriates me.
I know, me too.
But-
But anyway, next podcast it'll be fun.
Yeah, well, you can make fun of us, and we'll have a good time. Don't
Yeah.
get up. We'll say goodbye, and you can sit
Yes.
here for a few
Yeah.
minutes.
Yes,
Okay.
we'll say goodbye.
Okay. All right.
So see you next time.
See you
This was
next
what
time.
number
Number
126, 128.
So next will be 129. So the wine,
It was delicious.
the book, the topic.
That's right.
We're back, baby. We're
back.
That's
back.
right. We're back.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye now.
Bye.